What happens when a franchise has to choose between its heart and its future? Jon Morosi just dropped a bomb on MLB Network that has Jays Nation divided, anxious, and asking one devastating question. Can Toronto really afford to lose Bo Bichette just to chase Kyle Tucker? The answer might arrive sooner than you think, and it's not pretty. Hello, Jays Nation. Welcome to Jays Quick News, your go-to spot for the latest Toronto Blue Jays updates. Today, we're diving into one of the most emotional storylines of this offseason, and trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Are the Blue Jays about to make the toughest decision in franchise history? Before we break it all down, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of Blue Jays action. Jon Morosi appeared on MLB Network today and made a statement that sent shockwaves through the fan base. He believes the Toronto Blue Jays will be competitive in the Kyle Tucker sweepstakes until the very end. But here's the kicker. Morosi doesn't expect Toronto to land both Tucker and keep Bo Bichette. According to the insider, we should expect clarity on Tucker's future within the next 48 to 72 hours. Translation? The clock is ticking, and the Blue Jays front office is about to show their cards. Now, let's talk about what this actually means. Kyle Tucker is one of the premier outfielders in baseball. Over the past 3 seasons, he's slashed .284, .366, .508 with an average of 29 home runs per year. He's a complete player elite bat, solid defense, and postseason experience with the Houston Astros. Landing Tucker would be a massive statement. It would signal that Toronto is all in on winning now, that they're tired of being the team that almost competes and ready to become the team that dominates the AL East. But here's where it gets complicated. Bo Bichette isn't just another player on the roster. He's been with Toronto since 2019, posting a career batting average of .294 with a .328 on-base percentage. He's a 2-time All-Star. And more importantly, he's become the emotional heartbeat of this team. Bo has publicly stated he wants to stay in Toronto and build something special alongside Vlad Jr. For many fans, the idea of trading him feels like ripping out the soul of the franchise. What's driving this dilemma? Money and roster construction. The Blue Jays have significant financial commitments coming up, with Vlad Jr. eligible for free agency after 2025. If they bring in Tucker, who's also entering free agency soon, they're looking at potentially 2 mega deals in the same offseason. Add Bo Bichette's impending extension into the mix, and suddenly the math gets really difficult. Something has to give, and according to Morosi, that something might be Bo. Let's put this in historical context. The Blue Jays have faced tough roster decisions before, but nothing quite like this. When they let Jose Bautista walk in 2017, it hurt, but Joey Bats was on the decline. When they traded Josh Donaldson in 2018, fans understood it was time to rebuild. But trading Bo Bichette in his prime, a homegrown star who wants to stay, for a rental-turned free agent in Kyle Tucker, that's a different level of franchise-altering decision. It's reminiscent of when the Red Sox traded Mookie Betts, a move that still haunts their fan base despite a World Series win just 2 years prior. So, what does the next 72 hours look like? If Morosi is right, we're about to see which teams emerge as the true frontrunners for Tucker. The Yankees, Phillies, and Astros have all been linked to him at various points. The Blue Jays need to make a compelling case, not just financially, but in terms of competitive window. Tucker wants to win now, and Toronto's recent 89-74 record in 2024 doesn't scream contender. They finished 4th in the AL East, 17 games behind the division-leading Yankees. That's a tough sell. And here's the wild card nobody's talking about enough. What if the Jays strike out on Tucker and lose Bo anyway? Reports from Newsweek and other outlets have already started linking Bichette to teams like the Atlanta Braves, who have the payroll flexibility and competitive roster to make a serious push. If Toronto loses both players, this offseason goes from disappointing to catastrophic. The fan base is already on edge, and that scenario would be nothing short of a franchise crisis. There's also the trust factor. Jon Morosi's credibility with Jays fans is, let's say, complicated. Many remember the infamous jet plane debacle and other rumors that never materialized. Comments on social media range from "Morosi doesn't know anything" to "I reject Jon Morosi entirely." But here's the thing, even if you don't trust the messenger, the underlying tension is very real. The front office has decisions to make, and those decisions will define the next 5 years of Blue Jays baseball. If Toronto does pull off a Tucker signing while keeping Bichette, it would be one of the most aggressive and successful off-seasons in recent memory. It would signal that ownership is finally willing to spend at the level required to compete with the big boys in the AL East. But if they choose Tucker over Bo, they better hope it works, because if it doesn't, the fan base won't forget, and the second guessing will last for years. The next few days will tell us everything we need to know about the Blue Jays' priorities and their willingness to go all in. Are they building around Bo and Vlad, or are they chasing star power at any cost? One thing's for sure, Jays Nation is watching, waiting, and ready to react. So here's my question for you. Would you rather keep Bo Bichette and build around him, or go all in on Kyle Tucker, even if it means saying goodbye to a homegrown star? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay locked in on every twist and turn of this saga, smash that like button, subscribe to Jays Quick News, and hit the notification bell. We'll be here breaking it all down as it happens. Thanks for watching. Jays Nation, let's ride this out together.